skin rashes before now. So if you label every skin rash as monkeypox, then you're going to cause a whole lot of public scare. One, you're going to stigmatize certain categories of persons. The first case that was reported in Ogun State was entirely something else. The rashes were not even suggestive of monkeypox. Okay? The other two cases were chickenpox cases. And so if you had chickenpox before now, and then you begin to label every chickenpox as monkeypox, then there's a crisis. So to such an extent that the first case was actually rejected in several centers because somebody had mistaken it for monkeypox. Okay, and the patient just simply had an acute HIV, skin infection, which is common. Okay, so for us, what we need to do is to look at the telltale signs. That's what I meant by pathognomonic signs. What we call telltale signs, so that we don't send wrong signals. However, my colleague has said this is the first time in Nigeria. Not entirely true. I think there are cases, related cases, in 70s, first in 1970 and around 1978 in Nigeria. Okay, there were reported cases of monkeypox in Nigeria. So this is not the first time in real fact. And then we've had cases all over the world. Okay, it's endemic to Central and West Africa. But I think sometimes in 2003, there was an epidemic in USA. Okay, reported in about 3 states, and 71 cases were documented. None of them died. Yes, it is good to bring monkeypox to public awareness, but we must do it in a way where it doesn't cause unnecessary panic, and then where patients are not unnecessarily stigmatized.
Okay, Dr. Asibon, before I bring you in, because of the area of awareness, let me stick with Dr. Asibon first. That case, or the cases that were suspected in Cross River State, what was done?
Yes, like we said earlier, there's no confirmed case. We have not had a confirmed case in Nigeria. It's all been suspected, even before now. Even the one of the 70s, the 80s, they are all suspected because they are telltale signs and symptoms. Now, these symptoms include, one of the peculiar symptoms of monkeypox is painful lymph nodes. Painful lymph adenopathy, which you don't find in chickenpox. Now, the symptoms, of course, initially in the invasive phase, that's the first 1 week, the first 5 days, you have things like cough, catarrh, headache, malaria, which is normal with malaria, normal with many other illnesses that are endemic with us. But many times we start being suspicious when the person starts developing a rash. The rashes are usually bigger than those of chickenpox. And they start from the face and then move to the soles of the feet, the palms of the hand, before they start going to the trunk and then the whole body. And they're usually numerous, more numerous than chickenpox, and of course it makes the person very irritable. So what we usually do is just to manage conservatively. But from the public health angle, we have a very strong disease surveillance and response team that have been ground. They're always carrying out continuous surveillance. But when there's an issue like this, we bring them up and we have meetings every day. It's chaired by me and the Secretary of the State Epidemiologist. So we've been having daily meetings with partners in the state to have there's what we call situational reports of what is happening daily. From the very first case, which, like I said, now there's panic. Every rash, we get called, and we've put our phone numbers out there for people to call. So we are not sleeping anymore, because every rash now is monkeypox. Anybody that sees anybody with a rash is afraid of the person and running away from the person. And next thing is to call us. And we've been going and going and going, and we've seen that many times they don't meet the case.
Servant, you have
yes,
to go.
Exactly. So we keep going, we must go. But we find out that many times they don't match the case definition. They do not. Some of them have been people that are already immunosuppressed. Sometimes, like one was someone who has been having this thing currently for like a year. So that definitely was not monkeypox. We are still following up on that patient. What I mean by that is that not because it is not monkeypox, you're not going to attend to that person. So maybe this was now an opportunity to actually get the person to the hospital. But we have not had any case of monkeypox.
Okay. Dr. Bakari, Ebola alert. When we had the Ebola situation, everybody became aware of health, became more health conscious. People were washing their hands at every opportunity, even sensitizers. People made a lot of money selling sanitizers and all. But in this case, okay, before I put that question, we'll just take a moment, then we'll come back, we'll look at how aware should we be, and how do we balance time for letting the people know and diagnosing? We'll be back shortly.